Deshaun and his crew were gathered around a street corner, planning an attack on a nearby corner.
Okay, so what we doing?
I'm thinking Scooter and Mouse flank out right. I head out straight here and put some heat on them. Once I get their attention, you niggas start blasting and Jamar will come from the left side and surprise them.
Me and Scooter should be shooting out in front.
Which point should we be coming in?
Nigga, why do I always gotta be paired with you?
Cause you need a grown nigga to take care of yo dumbass.
Do I come in right after you guys start?
Says the motherfucker that almost shot his fucking mama at the grocery store. Who the hell brings their iron to a grocery store? What you trying to do, nigga? Rob a few apples and some grapefruit?
I'm a better shooter than you, nigga. Don't be tripping on that shit.
Is anybody going to answer my question?
Prove it, bitch. I put a cap in your ass right now.
Hey, you stupid asses are gonna get us killed before we even do our shit. This the deal. Mouse, you go with me. Scooter, you go with Jamar. We'll flank him from both sides.
Okay, let's do this shit.
Deshaun and Scooter crept through the alley. Deshaun peeked his head out to the streets to get a look at the corner, but there were no crew there. It was empty. Deshaun walked out into the street and noticed the entire neighborhood was empty.
Where they at?
Ain't nobody here.
I guess we'll set up and start dealing. Boss man will be happy.
Something ain't right. This is prime real estate. Who in their right mind would vacate?
There was a noise in the distance. It got louder and louder as it got closer and closer. Deshaun looked above and saw something hovering in the sky. On closer inspection, he realized it was a drone.
We gotta go, now.
What's going on?
Deshaun and his crew started running through the inner city that was now being targeted with drone strikes. Suddenly, multiple helicopters began flying above the inner city. Large military groups began flooding through the streets.
Damn, how did those other gang afford all this shit?
That's the government, retard.
We gotta get out of here, now.
Megan and Nick were working in their office. One of the employees came rushing in.
You guys have to check this out.
She grabbed the remote and turned on the TV.
Breaking news. The offensive on the Monkey King has started. You can see from our overhead footage of the first several miles of the inner city are turned to rubble. We have reports that most of the damage from this footage that we are showing are from the Monkey King. Government officials claim that this suggests that the Monkey King has access to grenade launchers and even RPGs. Although this may seem frightening, the head of these operations, Robert Ziegler, has said that even though the terrorists have more advanced weapons than we originally thought, it won't stand a chance of what will be used against them.
The office began cheering.
I can't wait for the government to bury those faggots.
About time we clear those rats out.
Megan and Nick huddled back in their cubicle.
Jesus Christ, it started.
Those aren't Monkey King strikes, they're lying. Most of those buildings are almost flattened completely. No grenade launcher can do that. I've been reporting in war zones for the past several years. Those are missile strikes. And it's pretty clear the Monkey King don't have drones and missiles. The government is literally destroying its own cities and civilians and blaming it on the Monkey King as an excuse to destroy it some more.
Doesn't matter at this point, Meg. Nothing can stop it now.
One thing can. I have to release that video now.
Meg, no, not now.
What do you mean not now? They are literally invading the city and it's being supported by most of the civilians on this side of the city. The interview will change everything.
I agree with you, but Meg, look around. This place is packed. What are you going to do? Barge into the set while it's filled with workers? They'll stop you before you even get through the door. Wait until tonight.
I can't. I gotta go now.
Where?
The video is in my apartment. I'm gonna get it and come back.
Megan made her way through the parking lot to her car. As she was fiddling with her keys trying to open her vehicle, she looked up and noticed two suspicious men staring at her nearby.
Can I help you?
The men said nothing. They just stared at her. Megan quickly entered her car and drove away. Dan was knocking on Ziegler's door.
Come in. Way to be a good boy and show up on time.
You're welcome.
I didn't say you can speak yet. I got a few things I want to discuss with you. Which, by the way, you should be kissing my feet for the fact that I am even talking to you, even though you've basically committed treason.
Listen, I didn't do—
Shut the fuck up. I outrank you. I am put in this position because I am the hero this country needs right now. Now that my operation is succeeding and we are turning the inner city into a parking lot.
Dan started laughing.
What are you laughing at?
You think the country looks at you like a hero right now?
No, but they will.
Dan reached into his pocket and pulled out his recorder and pressed play.
This is the conversation we had yesterday about you purposely sabotaging Jimmy McLeod. You bugged my phone and found out that I tipped off McLeod, who is perceived as the world's worst person. How do you think the public will feel when that was all complete bullshit and you are a part of it, by your own admission? What do you think your bosses will feel about that? Because as arrogant, cocky, and powerful as you might feel or act, we all know you have a puppeteer yourself. And they need to be kept satisfied.
Ziegler didn't say anything. He just blankly stared towards Dan.
I'll say this, Robert. I could use this leverage over you to use you to do things for my own liking, but I'm not going to do any of that. All I want is for you to stay away from me, because as you probably already guessed, I got more copies.
Dan got up from his chair and left Ziegler's office.
That cocksucker thinks he can mess with us? Does he not know who he's dealing with? We can destroy him.
We don't have to do anything. Call Jason in here. He's going to be the bullet that takes out our congressman.
The Monkey King were preparing themselves. There was a strong sense of panic in the room.
Okay, is everything all set?
Yes, we're ready.
Okay, the offensive has started. The good news is that we're in the furthest area from where the invasion has begun, which means we have time to coordinate our plans. In the meantime, we're sending in our members to fight against the invasion.
What do you mean fight? What are they going to do? Light themselves on fire in protests?
No, I mean we fight. I know, it goes against everything we stand for, but we have no choice. They are killing civilians and bombing the neighborhoods. We have to fight for them. We have to save them. We won't win, but we can hold them off until the interview gets released, and when we complete our other operation.
Are we sure we want to go through with that?
We have to. It'll change everything.
I know, Josh, but is that change a good thing for the future? I mean, once we do this, we can never go back.
Sarah, we have no choice. It's either this way or we all perish. And I do mean all. Not just us, but most of the country.
Are you sure Alex is the person for this? I mean, he's just a kid.
Alex is the only person for this.
Look, Alex, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. You can go back and—
I'm doing it. I want to do it.
Are you sure?
I'm certain.
Okay, sounds good. While our soldiers are holding off the war machine, the rest of us, get yourself prepared. We're heading downtown.
You what?
Michelle and Jimmy were once again arguing in their living room.
I know it's odd, but I trust Inaji.
Inachi?
It's the president's name.
I can't believe you sometimes, Jimmy.
Yes, I knew you were going to hate this one, but this is what I've wanted for so long.
To be a dictator?
I'm not a dictator.
Oh, I'm sorry. A billionaire that bribes corrupt politicians.
I rule a country. It's a small country. But I take all the power, and then I give it all to the people.
The press here will have a field day with you. It's going to confirm all the suspicion of you being a deep state member.
I will be a member of the deep state, just not the one in America and the Western world. It's going to be a testing ground. If my methods work out, and I turn Mauritania around, my methods could spread around Africa and the Middle East, turning them from third world countries to second and maybe even first.
Your heart is in the right place, Jimmy. That's why I love you.
Great. Well, we have to leave tomorrow morning, so you should probably pack your bags.
Excuse me?
Well, I told the president that I'm moving over there tomorrow.
You expect me to go to Mauritania tomorrow?
Well, yeah. Didn't you tell me like 2 days ago that you'll follow me wherever I go?
Yeah, when I said I'll follow you wherever, I meant like Wisconsin, not fucking Mauritania.
I'm gonna be there for a long time, who knows? Seeing how the entire West feels about me, I might have to stay there forever.
I'm not going, Jimmy. I stay here as well as the kids. We are not leaving.
Well, I can't stay, Michelle. You know that.
Okay, then.
Well, tomorrow morning I leave and most likely be gone for good.
I'll keep in touch with you.
You can try. I probably won't be available most of the day. It's going to be the busiest time of my life.
So, are you gonna let me go now?
Paul was panicking.
Shit.
Hey, buddy, I'm still chained up here and you did promise me.
Shut up for a second.
Paul was trying to use his phone, but it wasn't working.
I have to go over there.
Let me go first.
Why? So you can try and stop me?
You can't stop it. It's happening. Even if you make it over there, how are you going to find Nielsen in those crowds of people?
It's best I try anyway.
Listen, you let me go and I'll help you.
No, you won't.
Okay, I won't. But I won't stop you either. Listen, you beat me pretty easily in that physical confrontation, which got me here in the first place. I know I can't beat you in a fight. I don't have a gun, You have a gun, and I don't have a cell phone to contact anyone. However, if you leave me here and someone finds out, then you're fucked.
Well, if I let you go and you tell someone, then I'm also fucked.
No, if I tell someone, then I'm done too. If they find out that you know the plans and I'm the one that told you, the undercover agent who was trained to not blow his cover, now I am a liability. The best I can hope for is for you to go and do whatever, and for me to never get brought up again.
All right, I'll let you go. I'm going to have my gun on you. I'm going to put you in the trunk of my car once again, and I'm going to drive you somewhere you don't know. You'll have to find your way back.
Paul's phone was ringing.
Hello?
Paul, what's up? You called me, but I couldn't answer.
I need your help.
Paul, you're not a cop anymore.
I got a tip from an informant. You need to get downtown, now.
Paul, what are you talking about?
You need to send the whole department downtown and shut it down, right now. Alex Nielsen is there.
Megan was driving on her way back to her apartment. As she parked her car, she noticed a couple men standing outside her apartment building staring at her. As she approached the apartment building, the men were inching closer and closer to her as she struggled to open the door. She had enough.
What do you want?
The men said nothing.
I don't know who you are, but I will call the police if you don't leave me alone.
The men gave a little smirk as they remained standing and unmoved by Megan's threats. Megan got in her building and made her way to her apartment. Before her door could close, another man barged in, knocking Megan to the ground. Two other men came through. One of them placed his hand over Megan's mouth.
I'm going to take my hand off, and if you scream, I will kill you. Tell us where the tape is.
What tape?
Don't play games with me. The interview that you gave with the Monkey King, where is it?
I can't tell you.
The man smacked her in the face.
Tell me now. It's only going to get worse from here, Megan.
I'm sorry, I can't.
It doesn't matter, we'll find it. You two go look for the tape. I'll deal with her.
As the two men began searching through Megan's apartment, the man stood above Megan with a knife in his hand ready to strike. He fell to the floor. She looked across and saw the other two men were shot dead as well. Megan covered up in a fetal position, protecting herself from whoever just entered her apartment.
Are you okay?
Megan looked up. It was Nick, looking down at Megan, with a gun in his hand. Ziegler was walking through the halls of the Capitol building.
Sir, the bombings have taken place this morning and the troops are moving in.
Good.
Right, but there is some news. It appears the Monkey King are pushing back against our soldiers.
What do you mean, pushing back? I thought they were a peaceful group.
I guess our narrative that we used against them might be true after all. They have weapons and they are firing against our men.
Good. Try to get footage of them firing and then maybe shoot a couple civilians and blame it on them. Once that is released, we will up the aggression, increase manpower and drone strikes.
Sir, are you sure this is a good idea? We might lose support from the citizens, especially those who live in the inner city.
If those in the inner city oppose our offensive, then they are just anti-American. The Monkey King wants to destroy America, and if they oppose what we're doing, then they hate America too.
Sir, we can lie to those who live outside of the inner city and to the rest of the country, but those who live in the inner city know the truth. They might join the Monkey King. It appears that many of them are taking refuge with the Monkey King for protection. They see them as heroes.
Good. If those poor fucks join the Monkey King, then we'll have better reason to kill them all.
Jason started running towards Ziegler.
Sir, you wanted to see me?
Yes, Jason, remember when I ordered you to spy on Dan for me?
Yes, sir.
Once you gain his trust and move yourself into his inner circle, he's going to want your input for when he runs for re-election. I want you to give him this number to help him.
Whose number is this?
Winlow. He's going to need a campaign manager.
Megan was in shock.
Meg, I need you to come back to me. We don't have a lot of time.
It's you.
Pardon me?
You're the agent that went rogue. You are an undercover agent pretending to be a journalist. But I guess for some reason, you decided to go against them. You got someone to fax me the headshots of all the federal agents in the Monkey King.
You're close, but not exactly right. I did get someone to fax you those headshots. But I'm not a government agent pretending to be a journalist. I am a member of another group pretending to be a government agent who is pretending to be a journalist.
You're a Monkey King.
Correct.
But I don't, how did...
The government has undercover agents everywhere. The audience during the ceremony riots. We're all agents, hence why they were the ones that started the riot. But also, the media, tech companies, banks, and Yes, even Monkey King groups. But what the government doesn't know is that Monkey King also has undercover members infiltrating their groups as well. In many other industries, almost more than the government themselves.
The 72 objects, the Monkey King from the story. He was a god that could disguise himself as any animal or object.
You always were a good listener, Meg.
So this was all your plan? How?
The Monkey King sent me to go undercover at the FBI. The FBI then sent me to work at the Bill Shea Show. Bill Shea was known to be anti-establishment because he opposed this so-called woke culture. It made the public trust him. Once he got that trust, the feds went to him and started feeding him scripts to say on his show. But to make sure he wasn't losing sight, they sent in moles to work on his show, me being one of them. Once I heard that you wanted to bait the Monkey King with a Robert Ziegler setup, I saw an opportunity. I knew through my times working with the FBI that they had moles in the Monkey King. I couldn't get it to the group because I couldn't risk a Fed coming across my message. I couldn't go public with it because I would blow my cover. So when we met by that abandoned building, I told you that I saw Bill with an extra tracker in his office. He didn't, of course, but because I was FBI agent, I did. I snuck in his office while you were searching for the key in the janitor's room and planted the second tracking device in his drawer, which you went and picked up. While you were at the ceremony, I snuck in your apartment and took the computer chip. I then went to the police station and planted it in the evidence bag in Paul's office. Before meeting you and Paul, after he interrogated you, knowing Paul, once he came across the chip, he would have gave it to you since he opposed the government's perception on the Monkey King.
But why go through all that? Why not just leave the chip to me?
Once you release that interview, you are going to get several visits from high-level people, and they are going to want to know how you found the Monkey King. You can't tell them that you baited them into a riot at the ceremony and then planted the tracker. But now you can say that Paul, the police officer, found it in his evidence bag and gave it to you. Paul is an honorable man, and he will back that claim, leaving you away from the mess of the ceremony and leaving me under no suspicion. Because, Megan, the reason why I needed you to get that interview is not so everyone can see the Monkey King's point of view. No, the point of that interview is to show the public that there are government agents in the Monkey King encouraging them to commit these extreme acts so the government can further oppress this country. You still have that picture that you took of the Monkey King and the headshots of the agents that I faxed you. You post that today on the Bill Shea Show, and the world will know the truth. Once that happens, the establishment will lose support from its people, and the entire country will rise against them. They'll know the truth that the government is killing most of the country based off a lie that it created. The dominoes will fall from there.
What do you need from me?
Do you have your microphone with you?
Yes.
I need you to quickly take a photo of the headshots of the agents that are in that photo, and then put them side by side. Speak about what I just told you, then release the interviews shortly after. That way, the public will know who the feds are during the interview and how their views differ from the real Monkey King members. Hurry, though. We don't have much time.
Alex and the other members of the Monkey King were sneaking through the inner city. The sounds of explosions in the near distance unsettled them, but they kept moving forward. They reached the end, where the inner city and the rest connect. There was a checkpoint and multiple soldiers guarding the border. The group moved through the borderline past the guards. Once they made their way across, they continued on until they came across a van.
This is the one. Everybody get in. I'll drive.
As the group was driving towards the city, there was tension, a sense of nervousness and stress that was suffocating the room.
Alex.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure you're okay doing this.
It's too late now, Sarah. We're in it. We promised everybody that we'll do this. It needs to be done.
The van was silent. As they drove through the city, there were large crowds of people all over the street. Alex saw a group of older teenagers laughing and eating on an outside patio. They looked to be around the same age as Alex. It wasn't too long ago Alex was one of those kids at the school cafeteria, laughing, making stupid jokes, and just being kids. Not having to worry about anything but your grades and being young. His mother told him to enjoy it. There will never be a time where you're that age again, a time where you have no responsibility and nothing to fear. Alex was beginning to understand what she meant.
What did you guys used to do before?
Before we joined this group?
Yeah.
I used to be a lawyer. I worked at a pretty high-level firm and made pretty decent money.
What happened?
Well, a law was passed that forbidded certain people that the government deemed criminals as unqualified for a fair trial, which made up for most of the country, which upset a lot of attorneys. But for me it was something else. I witnessed this rise of extreme poverty that I never knew, that was in the country that I called home. I had this sort of feeling. The more this lasted longer, the sooner the people will rise. Once they do, no one can stop it. The only thing to do is to join and fight alongside with them. How can you do deals with all these powerful people while the disease of poverty is spreading through the world and nobody is looking for a cure? I quit my job and decided to put my effort elsewhere.
Do you regret it?
There was a long silence.
No, not after today.
They parked their van in a crowded area downtown.
Okay, let's do this.
Paul was downtown, sprinting through the crowds of people. He came across one of his colleagues.
Paul, what the hell are you doing here?
Where is Phil?
Phil?
The head of the department. The guy that suspended me.
Why would he be here?
Listen, I need you to gather the other policemen to this area. Call the department for backup.
Paul, what are you talking about? It's just a regular afternoon here.
Listen to me. Alex Nielsen is here.
Okay. So is my mom. Who cares?
No, you don't understand. We need to find him. Now!
Fine. I'll tell the other men here to search for him, and I'll let you know if we find him.
Okay, I'm going to look for him.
Megan was waiting outside of her office building to leave. Once the last person left the building, Megan got out of the vehicle and made her way inside.
I got about 15 to 20 minutes before the cleaning staff arrive.
She hurried up the stairs into the main office and in the studio. She scrambled around trying to find the main computer. Once she found it, she quickly pulled out the computer chip and inserted it into the computer.
Come on, come on, come on.
Megan activated the stream. She was live. She then played the content on the computer chip. It was out. The interview. The FBI Monkey King reveal. Everything was released. Finally, it was over. She felt as though the world was off her shoulders, as if her life came down to this moment and she prevailed. It was a historic day that will change the world for the better, and it was all because of her. She couldn't be more proud of herself. She made her way down the stairs and through the parking lot. She felt like tap dancing to her car. She was so gleeful. As she entered her car, she noticed a bullet went straight through her skull, killing her. A mysterious man was standing right outside her vehicle, holding the handgun that took Megan's life. He calmly got on his phone.
She's taken care of.
And the video?
It's too late. It just got released.
Fuck. Is there any way we could get it off the air?
It's on the air long enough for many of the audience to record it for themselves. It's probably reached 50,000 people at this point.
All right. At least a message is sent. Those who want to toe the line will be the ones that put two and two together of Megan's death, and they will be reminded of what happens. Those who don't? Well, we don't have to worry about them.
What about the woman? How will we spin that narrative for the ones who don't toe the line?
We'll just say that it was a carjacking.
Okay, what do you want me to do with the body?
Leave it.
Roger that.
The man walked away from the scene, leaving Megan's lifeless body in the car. It was hot. The weather was almost unbearable. Jimmy has been in some pretty hot places, but Mauritania took the cake. As he was sitting in the back seat of an armored vehicle, he had a good look of the landscape. Despite the reputation Mauritania had for being an extremely poor nation with unlivable conditions, he couldn't help but admire its beauty. Sitting beside Jimmy was President Inaji of Mauritania.
I forgot to ask you, Mr. McLeod, but why are you doing this?
Doing what?
Why do you want to rule a country like this? Aren't you comfortable being a rich man? Why risk it all just to see if something works?
I always believed that the value you get is from the value you give. Despite my success, I never felt like I have a lot of value, which makes me think that I didn't give a lot of value. Now is an opportunity to do so.
The vehicle stopped. It was on a hill overlooking the capital city of Mauritania, Nouakchott. Jimmy and Inaji walked out of the vehicle to get a good look at the city.
Well, Jimmy, I have received your generous payment. I'll be going on a long vacation now to fully enjoy it until the next one. Good luck, Mr. McLeod.
President Inaji went back into the vehicle as it drove away, leaving Jimmy and the country behind, the country that Jimmy now controls. The crowds of people made it really difficult to see. Robert Ziegler emerged from a building downtown. A group of reporters surrounded him.
Mr. Ziegler.
Mr. Ziegler, do you regret the offensive you've conducted now that we know the truth?
It was good. Expect more.
Mr. Ziegler, the Bill Shays Show just released a segment. I'm sure you've seen it. What do you think?
I don't have a comment.
Mr. Ziegler, did you know about the undercover agents in the Monkey King?
We'll find out after we destroy them.
You mean destroying the city?
Paul was drowning in the crowds of people. He kept pushing everybody out of his way and yet couldn't find any space.
Alex! Alex!
Paul couldn't see Alex. He didn't even know if he was even in the specific area he was standing in. But he shouted his name in hopes Alex would hear him.
Mr. Ziegler, it turns out from the interview that Monkey King are the ones that are keeping the inner city alive as well as the south side. The government has essentially put a blockade on the inner city while the Monkey King are saving it.
The Monkey King are terrorists, and that is that.
There was a scream in the near distance. People nearby started to rush towards where the scream was coming from.
Oh my God, somebody quick!
Stay back! Stay back!
There was a swarm of people surrounding the commotion. The reporters all went towards that direction to see what has taken place, including Ziegler's security. In the midst of the chaos, Alex appeared through the crowd of people and approached Robert Ziegler, pointing a gun in his direction. Their eyes met. Paul saw Alex, but he was too far away to interfere with him.
Alex! Don't!